Your brain is not designed to make you happy. It's designed to keep you alive, which means it doesn't optimize for truth or growth or fulfillment. It optimizes for comfort, familiarity, survival. That's why it clings to bad habits. That's why it avoids hard conversations. That's why it invents excuses faster than you can Google solutions. And the worst part, it does all this while sounding completely rational. It whispers things like, just rest today. You'll start tomorrow. Let's not overthink it. But here's the truth nobody tells you. You can't outdiscipline a brain that's wired for short-term safety. You have to outsmart it. And there's one mental model that helps you do exactly that. Let's dive in. Most people live life like it's a to-do list. Do the thing, get the reward, move on. It's simple, it's fast, and it's exactly why we stay stuck. Because your brain is a short-term addict. It wants the sugar, the dopamine, the easy win. It does not ask, what does this lead to? That's where second-order thinking changes everything. It's a mental model used by investors, strategists, and people who seem like they've already lived this life once before. Instead of asking, what happens now, you ask, what happens next? It's like playing chess with your decisions. If I skip this workout, how do I feel tonight? But if I skip it 3 times this week, what does that do to my identity? And if I keep choosing comfort over progress, what kind of life am I actually building? Second order thinking makes you slow down. It zooms out. It trades the instant win for long-term leverage. Your brain will scream, it's just one time. But second order thinking whispers, yeah, and then what? We love the first bite of cake, but hate the third day of sluggishness. We love the day off, but dread the pattern it builds. We love winning an argument, but regret damaging the trust. The brain is wired to love beginnings, but your life is made from endings. So start asking the deeper question, not just what do I want now, but what does this choice echo into? Because second order thinking doesn't just make you smarter, it makes you wiser. Here's something that'll mess with your head. Your brain doesn't care about truth. It cares about defending itself. It's not a neutral judge weighing facts. It's a slick-talking lawyer, twisting logic to justify whatever it already wants to believe. Ever skip something important and hear your mind say, it wasn't the right time. You deserved a break. You'll do better tomorrow. Sounds reasonable, right? But reason isn't the goal. Reinforcement is. This is called confirmation bias. Your brain scans for evidence that supports your current belief while ignoring anything that threatens it. And it's not just for big decisions. It happens all the time, quietly in the background. Your brain builds stories to protect you from discomfort. Skipped a workout? You were tired. Procrastinated on a project? It wasn't urgent. Snapped at someone? They provoked you. But here's the twist. These little justifications seem harmless until they harden into identity. You start to believe the story, and then you start to live it. But there's a way out. You stop being the defendant and start being the detective. Instead of arguing for your actions, you ask, what belief is this protecting? What fear is driving this excuse? Suddenly, guilt becomes curiosity, and that curiosity becomes clarity. Because the real power isn't in punishing yourself for bad habits. It's in understanding why they make so much sense to a scared brain. You're not broken. You're just being legally represented by a very persuasive inner lawyer, but you can fire him anytime. Most people try to figure life out by asking, how do I succeed? But what if that's the wrong question? What if a better one is, how do I fail? Inversion is one of the most powerful mental models you've never been taught. Instead of chasing success, you imagine how to destroy it. You look for potholes, not just paths. It's how top performers avoid stupid mistakes, how investors prevent bad bets, how emotionally intelligent people dodge regret before it's even born. Want to stay unhealthy? Easy. Eat processed food, sleep badly, ignore your body. Suddenly, your health plan becomes obvious. Just do the opposite. Want to ruin your career? Show up late, don't prepare, blame others. Okay, now you know what not to do. This works because your brain is emotionally attached to your desires, but it's analytically sharper about what it fears. You see, your mind has a defense radar. It spots threats faster than it plans dreams. So instead of only asking what you want to achieve, ask what would guarantee failure? That question changes everything. It makes the abstract real. The vague becomes visible. The blind spots start to blink red. And once you know how failure happens, you can engineer a life that avoids it by design, not by accident. Inversion doesn't kill your dreams. It protects them You wouldn't borrow money from your future self, then punch them in the face when it's time to pay it back. But that's what we do. Every time we procrastinate, self-sabotage, or numb out, we act like our future self is a stranger, some blurry silhouette that doesn't feel real. But here's the truth. Psychologists call it episodic future thinking. The more vividly you can imagine your future, the smarter your present decisions become. Because when your future self becomes a real person, you stop betraying them. You start asking, would they thank me for this? Am I leaving them a gift or a mess? Your brain runs on identity and emotion, not logic. So you can't just reason your way into better choices. You have to feel the future. Write a letter from your 80-year-old self. Visualize them sitting beside you. Hear their voice. Notice their eyes. What do they regret? What are they proud of? What advice are they begging you to hear? When you connect to that version of you, the one who's seen how all your choices played out, something strange happens. Impulse loses its grip. Clarity comes closer. And the little things start to matter again. Because this life doesn't belong to the present you. It belongs to all the people you'll become. Your mind is a garden. But most people treat it like an abandoned lot. They let any thought grow there. Any fear, any memory, any anxious spiral. Like weeds, they take root when nobody's paying attention. Neglected thoughts don't disappear. They multiply. They tangle themselves around your self-worth, choking your energy before the day even starts. You wake up tired and you don't know why. It's not your body, it's the jungle inside your head. That's why high performers talk about mindset, not because it sounds cool, but because it's maintenance, like brushing your mental teeth. The truth is, your brain is a meaning machine. It doesn't just absorb the world, it interprets it. And those interpretations become habits, patterns, narratives. They decide what you expect, what you fear, what you allow. So if you never prune them, you'll keep waking up in a jungle of junk thoughts. But here's the hope. You don't have to fix everything. You just have to notice what's growing. What belief keeps showing up? What thought has been squatting in your mind rent-free? What inner story do you tell so often? You forgot it was just a story? This is the work. Not forcefully rewriting your thoughts, but gently weeding the ones that no longer belong. Because your future self doesn't need a perfect mind. They just need a tended one. If you made it this far, something inside you already knows the truth. You're not lazy. You're not broken. You've just been taught to live on autopilot. But the tools are here now. Mental models like second-order thinking, clarity from inversion, compassion from your future self, and the quiet discipline of tending your mind like a garden. This isn't about becoming a productivity robot. It's about becoming aware. Because once you see your brain clearly, its stories, its shortcuts, its self-deceptions, you get to choose differently because your future self doesn't need a perfect mind. So don't wait for the right moment. Build the moment. Start small, start messy, but start with awareness because you're not chasing the best version of you. You're becoming them, one decision at a time.